Right. Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to another No Time for Talk, Just Time for Action podcast. My name is Marcus with Veterans 5 to 9. This podcast is brought to you by the veterans5to9.com, veterans5to9.com. Get the merch. Check out our website. I have a special guest today, special guest in the building, Rosie. She definitely helps me out with all my women veteran needs. Anything that I need to assist women veterans. She's always been there to help me out. She is one outstanding resource. So I figure I'll bring her on to the show and let her give you some phenomenal resources. So Rosie, without further ado, the floor is yours.
Okay. Thank you so much for inviting me to be on your podcast. I'm very, very excited about it, especially to share this information. Most of this information I came across because I was looking for resources myself. A lot of the resources I used, some maybe weren't a great fit for me, but it was still really great programs that I, of course, share to those that may qualify for a lot of them. Being a disabled vet myself, I've had to use, like I said, these resources here too. And being a WIMSA representative, doing booths at a lot of the veteran fairs, women veteran fairs, even though I'm here to try and get women to register with our memorial, share their stories. I love hearing their stories too, but you know, they asked me for resources. So I was like, man, I really better brush up, right? You know, I don't want to just be there and be like, oh, this booth, that booth, I don't know, right? I really wanted to do what I can. So the first resource that I came across that I want to share is the Interfaith Community Services. So it's just a whole bunch of, I'm not going to say religious, but just Christian, different faiths that come together and do what they can within the community. Thank you so much for sharing. They have so many resources. Now, this resource is not just veteran-centered. They help everyone in the community, and they have helped quite a bit of veterans. So they do, I think, a little bit of tracking. I think the last time that I talked to them, probably about 20% of the people that they've helped have been veterans. One of the things that they do is the food bank. They have a food bank where you can go on the weekend. I think they have 2 locations where they hand out food, they take donations. They also have emergency food. If something happened, you lost your home, you lost your job, you can't afford food. There's that. The emergency financial aid, right? Other emergency assistance, the gift of love. But then they also have their workforce development centers. They actually have people come in, teaching them how to, hone their job skills. And if they need a little assistance in gaining the proper job skills to be competitive out in the community, obviously they're going to help with that, right? Tax preparation. They do kind of like a Meals on Wheels. They do caregiving where they go and they visit folks. I'm not going to say just our elderly, but anyone that can't leave, they may be disabled or whatever. They provide meals to them once, twice a day at a very, very discounted price. And they visit with them, they make sure that their healthcare needs are taken care of. They also provide counseling services, you'll see their mental health. They provide classes for the community too. A lot of them are free. Mental health first aid, right? Very big one. They even offer one tailored for youth. So if you happen to be a counselor or just a volunteer with youth, they offer these courses there. So it's kind of like they help everyone in the community, right? They have a lot of partnerships with tons of churches, religious groups, but they also have corporate partners, companies, other nonprofits that they work with. So if a nonprofit can't provide assistance, they'll send them over to them, right? Lots of assistance here, just overall there.
And you said there are 2 locations, or?
Yes, so their main one is there at Ina, but they do another food bank, and I think it's through one of the local churches in the southern Tucson area. But this main one here, we're Interfaith Community Services. They're in the northern Tucson area. It's a very nice location too. The one program that I've referred some women veterans to is their single mom scholars, because most of them actually happen to be single moms, lost their job because of the pandemic, trying to find childcare or just get other skills so they're not having to work in jobs where they can't afford childcare, right? Because that's that vicious cycle that they caught themselves in. Well, I need a job, but I can't pay for childcare, and I need childcare to get to work, right? So they do help with that. They provide all types of assistance. For the women, they provide scholarships, they provide laptop, even technical assistance. If the laptops start breaking down, they provide help with that. For the children, they provide like book bags, other type of help, lunches and stuff like that. So it's not just the moms, but their children that they're also helping through this program, right? And emotional support and assistance too. Helping them with their self-esteem as they're going through school. And they have really great results. The one thing I like about this program here, the Interfaith Community Services, is they're pretty out front. They're putting out there their financial reports so people see the impact that they do have on the community. And I like that because I like that transparency. Nothing's hidden, they're out in the open. This is who we help, how we've helped, and how we'll continue to help, our mission, values, and everything. And they've done nothing but good.
Awesome. Well, that's one great resource right there. And again, for those, www.icstucson.org. And again, see right there who we are, what we do. Go ahead and hop on that link and check them out if you are a veteran needing some assistance.
Yes, and I think they are hiring. So there's always some job opportunities there. They're paid, sometimes volunteers, but they do have some paid positions there too, if you're looking at joining a group like this too. So
awesome. All right, let's go to the next one here.
Okay. Esperanza En Escalante. This group I heard about through one of the women vet groups that I'm a part of here in Tucson. They had someone whose family was being assisted by this group. So Esperanza En Escalante is for veterans. They provide transition housing, but they also provide, what was I going to say, permanent housing for them. And I guess they have 2 programs through that. They have the 55 and up, our elderly, and there you go, the permanent supportive housing. And they also have it for families that need more of a permanent housing solution. But they've done wonderful things too. And they don't just take in the veteran, they take in the family again, provide these housing vouchers.
Awesome.
And they do take donations. I think I heard that they sometimes do take furniture and stuff to help with these homes that they assist with.
Awesome. Let's see. Now you said 55 and up, and then that's the 2, and then obviously if you're under 55.
So that's the supportive one there with the 55 and up, and then there's going to be below that the supportive 2. Yeah.
And they're willing to help the entire family.
If you just need something until your home is ready or whatever, you're out of a home. But
Awesome. Great resource. And just hit the home again. So that's www.eeveterans.org.
Yes. And the veteran group that I'm a part of, we've donated to them before. And again, they've really helped, providing a roof over the head, for not just the veteran, but their families too. So.
Awesome. Awesome.
So yeah, this last one here, Skillstorm, this is one that I just found out about. So Skillstorm, it's not geared just to veterans. It's a lot of IT training, but they do have a veteran program that they have. And within that veteran program, they actually have what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they have 5 programs within the veteran portfolio that they have. They have tech fellowships, IT apprenticeships, corporate fellowships, tech certification, immersion and certification training programs. One, they offer free little courses that you can take just to familiarize yourself. Now, to get into their bigger programs, you do have to pass a little test, right? But I guess they always have classes starting and ongoing. So if you can't finish it within a month, that's okay, because there's always something that's still happening. So this group, oh my gosh, they were so wonderful. He was like, let me give you this information. Then there's this information, right? So a lot of the programs are to help people in the entry-level IT, in that kind of area. And like I said, you have to pass a tech screen for them. They are approved by the Department of Labor, right? One of the programs that he was most proud of that they talked about was the 3-year paid internship program. So when you first start out in that 3-year internship, you're getting paid about $16 an hour, but it doubles by the end of your 3rd year. I asked him, I was like, well, can you still do GI Bill or whatever? He's like, well, everything's free. The program's free. But I could understand people with voc rehab, they may still need to pay for housing and stuff. So that he didn't really deal with, because they don't deal with money. It's all free to the veteran, right? He said that this program is mainly geared more for the E4s and the E5s, just because they're used to handling a little bit more workload, right? But it's a 3-year apprenticeship program. So as you're going throughout these 3 years, it's not like you go through a course and then they just kind of follow up with you. No, they are there teaching you, training you, live instructors, not just emailing back and forth, and you're learning hands-on. The stuff you learn in school, you're going to apply it, and you're going to continue to apply it, and they're going to be there for you daily for 3 years. Not too many programs offer that.
I was scrolling down a page here.
Yeah.
It's like some awesome stuff here.
Yes. And you can see some of the courses that they offer for free. Some of them are like $2,000-$3,000 with the AWS practitioner. I've been through some. It's like a week-long course, and then you try and pass your test at the end. But a lot of the courses are free, just to familiarize yourself with them. And they do kind of recommend to do that before you try and pass their tech screen. But that's kind of what they're there for, right? So in the IT world, you'll start out level 1, which is like the lower level, right? IT. But at the end of one of their 18-month programs, you'll be level 2, right? And you'll be a lot higher. I think he said by the end of the 3rd year, you'll get paid about $32.50.
Awesome. IT's where it's at.
Right? But that's the one thing, there are a lot of IT trainings out there. They're all great. But it all depends, what is the best fit for you. If you need someone to kind of guide you and continue, to refresh your memory on this stuff, I'm one of those. I have to hear it and see it nonstop, or I'm going to lose that information. There's other IT programs. You kind of go through a boot camp, and they kind of do little study sessions and stuff to help you, try and pass your test and everything. But these guys are there 3 years. That's a long-term commitment.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
try and help you find work when you're done, you know, but they really do advocate for the veterans to try and find work. You know, they're pushing, you know, like, hey, our people have clearances, which means cleaner backgrounds, right? I mean, I'm not going to say everybody in the military, but the majority of our folks have really clean backgrounds.
Mhm.
We've all had clearance, at least a secret level,
Right.
right? So we know OPSEC roles, right?
Mhm.
Don't talk about this stuff or whatever. We know how to handle that information, right? But,
Absolutely.
you know, to get a really good certifications, to get that internship, you now have not just the training, the certifications, but the experience. And that's the biggest thing there is you got that trifecta there, which
And where's
is
this company based out of again?
they are based out of Florida. That's where their headquarters are. They do have some offices. I think the closest one to here is probably Texas, but they even have one in Canada.
Mhm.
They do have, I think, some in-person courses that they do out of, I think it was one of the universities in Jacksonville. And, but it's all paid through them. You know, Jacksonville or whatever university that they work through has no money in it. It's all through the program. So it is free to our veteran. So there's different options, whatever works for you, internship, apprenticeship, whatever, but they'll talk to you and they'll say, okay, this is what I think is a good fit for you. You know, and you know, it's still up to you or whatever, but it's awesome if there's start, you know, there's start classes all the time. So if one doesn't fit, there'll be another one that'll fit in your schedule. Mhm.
All right, so awesome. There you have it. Give these IT pros a call, and it sounds like they're gonna walk you through the process from start to end, and help you have a happy IT long career, right?
I know, right? IT is always needed, you know, always, always, always will be.
So definitely three great resources right there. Uh, any other? I know we were talking about it off camera when you said that anybody who may have been employed and got laid off due to COVID. You want to talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah. So people don't really think about there is the unemployment, you know, applying for unemployment. But if you weren't employed long enough where your employer paid into the insurance for unemployment, or they just didn't pay into it, because not every employer pays into it. If you
Right.
don't qualify for that, you know, or you can't find work because of the pandemic, you qualify or you should qualify for the pandemic unemployment insurance. It does pay more too. Arizona of all the states is probably one of the lowest paying for unemployment, but their pandemic program is pretty robust and it will back pay you too. So if you lost your job a month ago or whatever, and your employer didn't pay into it, or you weren't employed long enough to qualify, then the pandemic one. It may also take a while for them to start paying you because the volume of people applying is so much. And, you know, I used to work there in the office. They're working around the clock. I had a lot of overtime, a lot of hours. I really got to give it to those people, the amount of time, effort that they put into processing those claims. I'm telling you, it's not that they forgot about you. They really are working around the clock. There's just so many people that are applying for it. I mean, look around. Even with some businesses open up, some didn't make it. You know. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that. Before we close out here, any other veteran resource you want to give a shout out to? Any quick links or plugins?
Yes. So one that I have been using that I actually was referred to Skillstorm through is Vet Jobs. So Vet Jobs, it's what it is. They help you find work and they will review your resume, prepare you for your interview. If you need coaching, they will coach you, but they literally have their own job database. Now, it could be a lot of these jobs that are already on LinkedIn, but guess what? If you go through Vet Jobs, you get priority for them.
Nice. There you go.
They can call the recruiter directly. Hey. So That's the one thing that I was kind of like, wow, okay. So they have their own database. You can apply through there.
Awesome. Vet jobs, ladies and gentlemen, that is vet jobs. We'll hook you up faster than LinkedIn, right?
Mhm.
All right. Rosie, definitely appreciate your time, appreciate your effort and everything that you do in the veteran community. Keep supporting veterans, keep helping us out because we definitely need champions like you out there to support us.
I know, more like you, right, Marcus?
I try my best. I try my best.
No talk, gotta do
Hey.
that action.
Yeah, you said no time for talk, just time for action. Get out there, help your veterans, do what you can. You know, we put a lot of time and effort into this. We do it from our hearts, and that's what it's about. So obviously, if you need any resources or anything, contact people in your veteran community. I guarantee there's somebody out there who can help you. So coast to coast, especially here in the state of Arizona, north, south, east, west, doesn't matter. You'll find somebody to help you out. So Rosie, definitely thank you for your time, and hopefully we'll have you on the show again.
Thank you. And thank you, Marcus, for inviting me. I really do appreciate it.
Awesome. You're welcome. All right, we'll see you.